Hare Krishna. See, there are 4 types of sound vibration. They are called as Vaikari, Madhyama, Pashyanti, Para. These are 4 Sanskrit words. Vaikari means that which is produced by the upper lip and lower lip and the tongue. All the 3 movements. Like right now I am speaking. This is a sound produced physically. It's a physical sound produced. Or we shout also sometimes. Loud kirtans we do. It's what Vaikari we call it. Madhyama means thought. The thought that gives a form. For example, if you think of your mother or father in the mind, that immediately brings the form of that personality in front of you, correct, no? So you are not speaking it with the tongue, but you are thinking of the name in the mind, correct, no? Like we say Upamsu, we say, no? Upamsu means Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. But not using lips, only the mind. In the mind, you utter the word and then you see the form. So this is Madhyama stage. Actually, the Pashyanti stage is a stage where the word Pashya also means to see. Correct, no? In Sanskrit, the word Pashya means to see the form of the personality. It's a stage where as soon as one thinks of the Lord, immediately, like you are reading a shloka spoken by Krishna, immediately the form of the Lord appears in your mind. That's why we say, many great devotees, they say that they equate the utterance of a shloka to remembrance of the Lord. You have seen that? Because for them it is very natural. Like for a mother, somebody tells the name of her child, immediately the form of the child comes in the mind. That's Pashyanti. And Para means it is completely transcendental. Because the Pashyanti level is a mind level. You are thinking of the Lord with your mind. Krishna says man mana, correct, no? And Para is at the consciousness level, which is mat chitta, mat gata prana, Krishna says. Mat chitta means my devotees have given their awareness or consciousness to me. But when he asks the people to worship him, he says man mana, he says. For conditioned souls, he says man mana, at least you think of me with your mind. Whereas pure devotees don't think of the Lord only in the mind. They think of the Lord in their consciousness. Chitta. So chitta means, chit means consciousness. Chitta means contaminated consciousness. The spirit soul in the spiritual world has chit. Sat chit, ananda. But when the spiritual comes to the material world, it has chitta, which means the consciousness. Now what is the contamination in the consciousness? When the soul desires to be independent. That is called as chitta. So with that, as soon as just like this tubelight is bright white, and this is like chit. So you also have seen tubelight which is like neon bulb. You have seen that is like chitta, like that. So when that awareness becomes developed with the desire to do something independently, and that is the time you get the subtle body. Subtle body is attached to the soul as soon as the chit becomes chitta. And then the subtle body carries the independently enacted desires for independent enaction. Then the gross body is given to give shape to those desires like that. So Lord is saying, mat chitta, mat gata prana, both in the correspondence. My devotees in their chitta, they have placed me. They have not placed any desires separate from me, he says. So on the other hand, when Lord is instructing us to do, he says, man mana, think of me, make an effort to use your mind. So mind is also material, but it can be spiritualized. Whereas chit is not material, it is spiritual. Chit potential of the Lord is completely spiritual. So the para, the 4th stage of sound is in spiritual state. The first 3 which I told you, Vaikari, Madhyama, Pashyanti, these are produced on a material platform, but they are spiritualized gradually over a period of time. So that is why the Shuddha Nam is chanted in which stage? Para stage. So that is a transcendental platform. The pure devotees call Krishna's name with great love, which is a very advanced stage. So in our stage, we are beginning in the early years of chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. We are starting with Vaikari. And when we go to the Madhyama, The Vaikari also produce prayerful thoughts, huh? Yeah, in our mind. Thoughts of supplication, thoughts of surrender, thoughts of prayer, thoughts of Lord's glories, the holy name's glories, gratitude, in the Madhyama stage. And when you go to the Pashyanti stage, gradually as the heart becomes purified, the form of the Lord suddenly appears in the mind of the devotee. Huh? Then in the Para stage is the stage where one calls in pure love, and there one cuts off the connection with material platform in the Para stage. Huh? Whereas the previous stages, we are still in material platform trying to spiritualize our consciousness. You understand the difference, no? So, now we are traveling in train, now we have to chant. So now because we are still in the material plane, we have a tendency to, become distracted by the sounds, by the sights all around us. Huh? Some train is making sound now, huh? Isn't it? Some people are going, people are coming. So the best way to chant the holy name in a place like train or a fish market or a railway station is, there are two biggest distractors for any sadhaka, eyes and the ears. Huh? So if you have a earplug or something, try to cancel out all the external noises as far as possible. Cancel out all the external noises by having earplug. And for eyes, Lord has kindly given a shutter already. For ears, we don't have shutter. Ear cannot close like this. Whereas eyes, you can put shutter. So Krishna is saying, don't put the shutter down fully. Because if you put the shutter down fully, you'll go to sleep. Yeah. And if you keep the shutter fully open, so therefore he says, Shucho Deshe Pratishtapya Stiram Asanam Atmanah Na Uchritam Na Atanicham Chailajana Kushotaram Tatre Kagram Manakritva. So when he says these steps, so there he says that bring your eyeballs, see the black portion of your eye is the portion in the middle of which the retina inside. So that is what is seeing. Huh? So the seeing portion of the black portion of the eye, bring it to the rest by focusing on the tip of the nose. Like they say, it will create little headache if you try to bring. Huh? So what you do, one eye you close it, another eye you bring it to the tip of the nose. Try this, all of you. Any one eye you close, other eye you bring it to the tip of the nose. And this is a resting pose. If anybody else, if you see, okay, you do that and you see the eyeball where it is. No, don't close the eyes fully. The eye can be open, but you have to see the tip of the nose. Eye is closing. Eye should be open only. One eye close it. Which eye you want to close? Left eye. Close the left eye. Right eye, keep it open, but rest it in the tip of the nose. Yeah. See here. You can see that eyeball is here. It is in the corner. So that's what Krishna is saying. Bring it to this corner and rest it in the tip of the nose. Absolutely no distraction. You can try this today. So you will find that the whole world stops to exist for you. I have been doing it for years now. Many years I have been practicing this. And I don't look at anybody. I don't know if the neighbor is sleeping or awake. And I don't see who is walking, who is going. By avoiding, cancelling out all the sights around you, your concentration will be superb concentration. So rest your eyes in the tip of the nose, one eye, and one eye you close. And then ears you try to stop the sounds, external sounds. If these two distractors are avoided, then you are alone. You are with yourself, and then it's up to you how much you want to keep your chanting spiritual. Because inside your mind you can be unnecessarily wasting time in dwelling on the sense objects in the mind also. Because there are external distractions, there are internal. Yesterday also we saw about external pushing, internal pushing. So now external pushings you already avoided. Now the only possibility for you to trouble you is internal pushing. Then at least out of two enemies, one enemy is knocked out. See, if two fellows are attacking, one with a gun, one with a sword, both are attacking, you find it difficult. Now at least one enemy is out. Then fighting with one enemy is more. So then the internal enemy, how do you deal with that? Then you have to control the mind. Vajahure mana srinandana abhaya charanaravindrare. So my dear mind, please take shelter of the son of Nanda, Nandanandan. Because Durlabha manava janama satsange saroye bhava indure. You got a rare human body, so utilize it in Krishna's service. Don't waste it. Cajoling the mind. Or he says, you can also say, what he's saying. Goloke Prema Hare Rama Sankirtana Ratina Janmiloke Neta. My dear mind, Goloka is important. The holy name is important from Goloka to Goloka. Still you are not interested. Although you are interested in all imported products. Imported from spiritual world. So preach to the mind. Cajole the mind, preach to the mind one. Slap the mind or beat the mind by chanting more rounds. Or ignore the mind like you ignore a monkey. Ignore the mind. In this way, or tell the mind, all your plans are wonderful, but you can tell me after my 16 rounds are over. This is called Haridas Thakur formula. So do these kind of things and internally calm the mind and convince the mind to sit down like a good boy, and then hear the holy name. You tell him, hear the holy name now. Prabhupada says, when the mind is going like this, like a child wandering away, you tell him, hey, not there, come here. Again, going, not here, come here. Again and again, pull him and make him hear. And once you hear and develop a taste a little bit, then the mind will agree to hear. And that is how you gradually tame the mind to hear the holy name. Then the concentration will come. Harinam Prabhu ki. Let's offer our humble obeisances and to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like the trees or ocean of mercy, full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Pancha kalpatarobhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha ananta koti vaishnava vrindaki Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki Mayapur Yatra ki